just a vocal masterpiece. I love this song so much. It creates this sense of space and kind of majesty and wonder. They act like siblings. That little poking, prodding, teasing thing. Hi, I'm Jace, and I'm a classical singer, and I was previously a competitive dancer. I'm at the moment busy going through Stray Kids stuff and sharing it with you guys as I go. The reason I'm laughing is because I have just watched a video, kind of a compilation of Seungmin being an absolute menace. And I have not laughed so hard for so long in a good while. So from that I decided that the next video I reacted to would be Cinema, which is Lino and Seungmin's duo song. I know it really, really well musically. It's one of my favorites and I've listened to it a lot. There isn't really much to comment on choreography wise with it, but it's just a vocal masterpiece. So yeah, I'm gonna go through that now, and I'm not gonna be laughing the whole way through it, unfortunately, but it'll make me smile for a different reason. I am liable to be quiet and just listening for a good portion of this because I love this song so much. So much. I need a version of it that I can sing because Korean is not one of the languages that I speak. I could probably learn well enough at least to sing it. And something with classical singing is you sing in a lot of different languages. At last count, I have sung between solo stuff and ensemble stuff in over 30 different languages, and that's not including dialects. So sometimes you're singing in a language but in a different dialect. Spanish is a good one. Mexican Spanish and European Spanish, and within European Spanish there's Catalan, and all of those have different pronunciations of consonants. So yeah, fun. And Latin. Which version of Latin are you singing? Are you singing ecclesiastical Latin? Are you singing German Latin? Are you singing Italianate Latin? Are you singing Oxbridge Latin? Which it's not my favorite. But yeah, you learn to pronounce a lot of different things, even if you can't speak the language. I can probably read you Turkish if I refresh my memory on all of the different sounds, but I won't have a clue what I'm saying. Same with French. Well, French I know a bit of. Italian, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese I know what I'm saying. But yeah, Korean will be a new one for me, so that'll be fun. Right. I will try not to sing along. No promises. One of the things I love about the audio and the way it's recorded and produced is that it sounds big. So the reverb and echo and delay on things makes it sound like it's bumping off something far away, and it creates this sense of space and kind of majesty and wonder, and just I love this song. Back to the beginning. Also, I know they were cold. They filmed these on freezing cold days, but they look it with the red noses and red cheeks and everything. It just does create such beautiful breath effects. I wonder if Seungmin did the guitar for this. It's an electric guitar and he usually plays acoustics, so... Instruments covered in dust. Okay, I will mention later on, kind of, I'll point out the differences in Seungmin and Lino's vocals in terms of breathiness. Seungmin, especially in the higher register, tends to have a very clean sound, whereas Lino's is much more breathy. But here in the beginning, in the lower register, Seungmin's voice is quite breathy. Breathiness in vocals comes from inefficient use of the vocal cords. The less air you use to produce the sound, the less breathy the sound will be. Whereas if you're forcing extra air through, it'll kind of sound like you're going behind the sound. It's something I really struggle to do, actually, because I've done so much training to specifically eliminate that sound from my voice when I'm singing. So it's something I have to actually work on quite a lot if I want to put that sort of breathiness into my voice, because it's not something that's really found in classical singing, because it quietens the voice. And with classical singing, you're usually trying to carry over an orchestra or whatever your accompaniment is and carry through a concert venue. So you don't want any wasted breath. You don't want any of that breathy sound. You intentionally try to train your lungs and your vocal cords and all of your muscles to try and use the minimum amount of air possible to make the note come out. He's also singing really close to the microphone, so you can hear a lot of breathing and the mouth noises and pronunciation, the consonants. There's still breathiness there. There's still breathiness there when he goes up into the higher register, but there's much less of it. His higher register tends to be very, 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 very clean. And then Lino comes in and you can hear the breathiness in his voice. Wait, I missed the transition. That's still Seungmin. That's the switch, that's Lino. So there's still breathiness, there's that breathiness in the upper register. I wonder if they did that intentionally to maintain the breathy sound for that first section, because Seungmin's voice is breathier in the lower register and Lino's is breathier in the higher register. So it could have been intentional to keep that sound consistent through that first verse, that first section. Because when Seungmin comes in just now, in his higher register, he tends to be less breathy. Less breathy. So thunder noise. The thunder noise and the cloud coming in, I hadn't noticed that before. It's very clever. It adds to the grandness of the scale of the sound. This is our cinema. Let me be your cinema. This is our cinema. Grumpy Lino. I mean, Seungmin as well, but those two, I'm glad that some of their usual dynamic is in the thing. It always kind of amuses me because they act like siblings. I know everyone's like, oh, they're a cat and a dog and they're all always poking at each other, but to me, it's just like my brothers. Like, they love each other immensely, they get along fantastically, but it's always just like poke, 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 poke. Just little things to get at you and little things to annoy you. Not so much now that we're all grown up and have moved out of the house and we don't see each other very often, but when we spend a long time in each other's company, that little poking, prodding, teasing thing comes back. In the background is really nice. Okay. Sorry, I have to pause it. Silence is so underused in pop music, popular music in general. Fossa. Have some cat noise. Hey. He's saying hello. Silence. Silence can be used to such fantastic effect. As is shown here, you've got a full bar of rests, a full bar of silence before it goes into the next section, and the rhythm changes in the next section as well. It kind of you anticipate it, and then it doesn't do what you expect, and it's wonderful. Okay, so Something else about that is that Seungmin doesn't come in on the beat, he comes in on the off beat, which is the second count. It's in 4/4 time, so he comes in the second bar of the count of 4 in both times. But because we've had that pause, that rest beforehand, and that bit of a break, and then we come in with a new rhythm and he comes in on an offbeat, it kind of throws you a little bit, which is really fun. I will count it because yes. It doesn't sound so strange here because we've established the beat again, the tempo and things.
Here the light shines again, ending credits going up. You and my name together on it with the final curtain call. And the night after night, when you cannot find your way, I'll be waiting. Welcome to our cinema.
Ending the cinema on in the way they do, with a breath out, so it's not just welcome to our cinema and then it cuts off. They add almost an H. Welcome to our cinema. And it kind of just I love this song so much. I'm going back. That note is just, and then the quiet, the pause. 2, 3, 4. Show must go on to the end of the show.
Here the light shines again, ending credits going up. You and my name together on it with the final curtain call. And the night after night, when you cannot find your way, I'll be waiting. Welcome to our cinema.
I love that song so much. It makes me so happy. And as a performer myself, it's something that I resonate with quite a lot. Specifically that last little bit, I need you, you need me, stay. Obviously a reference to their audience, but the audience is part of what makes a performer and a performance who they are and what it is. A performance is always different when there's an audience. They can say give 110%, practice like you're going to do it, which yes, put in all of the effort, but there's something electrifying. There's something about having an audience that just adds. I mean, you can have bad audiences as well, which just make your performance feel very, very difficult, because you still have to try and put in all of everything when you're not getting any feedback, when you're not getting any energy, any support from your audience. But when you have a good audience, there's something about performing with an audience. It just brings that last little bit of spark, that last little bit of something out. And yeah, just as much as we need performers, they need us too. So whenever you go to a performance, part of why that performance is how it is every member in the audience, because you can have a performance without an audience, but it's not the same. Audiences are important. I much prefer to perform with an audience than without one, which is something that makes exams difficult, because you've got a panel of examiners and markers and things sitting in front of you. They don't give you feedback like an audience does. They kind of just sit there and listen to you and look at you and listen to you and look at you and write things on their clipboard, and their faces are dead. They don't give you anything, and it's so, so hard. I love this song. I've said that several times. And I think it's very appropriate that for a Lino song, I had company. So yeah, that was Cinema. I absolutely adore it. It's not one that grabbed me at first listen, but it's special. It's something special. It's amazing. I think I am going to carry on with these duo pieces. They're really fun. I really enjoy them, and of course everybody wants to know what people think of Red Lights. So I think I'll probably do the sexy songs, Red Lights and Escape, because those two kind of follow on from one another. They're connected. And then Railway. I mean, Drive technically is as well, but I have seen the video. I have seen the video for Drive. So it's not one that I had many comments on. So if you want to see it, let me know. I'll do it. Yeah, so sexy songs coming up next, I think, because as much as they're the sexy songs, they're also very, very clever artistically in terms of lyrics and dance and everything. So that ought to be fun. You will see me next time. Bye.